Hi, this is the first assembly video for a reprap prusa mendel iteration 2. For this video you'll need all 6 of the 365mm threaded rods, and you'll need all of the vertex pieces and 2 bar clamps. So let's go ahead and get started. Go ahead and start with 1 nut, and it doesn't really matter exactly where you put this, but about center will be just fine. And then 1 washer, 1 bar clamp, another washer, and 1 more nut on the other side. Now you don't need to tighten this up yet, it just needs to be snug. We'll line this up later properly. And we'll need 1 more nut on the end. And a washer. And a nut on the other end. And another washer. Let's set that aside for just a moment. So each one is, now we need 2 more with 1 nut, 1 washer on both sides. You know, about 2 inches or 50 millimeters or so on the inside there. We'll do 1 more. Now, there's different ways to do this, but I found that this is kind of a tricky way, but actually I think it makes it easier. Sort of difficult to put 3 pieces onto 3 corners of a triangle at the same time, so here we go. Now go ahead and take a vertex with foot and put it on that side. Take another vertex with foot and put it on that side. You see the bar clamp side is actually the bottom. And then you should be able to slide this on pretty easily for the top. Okay? Now we'll start down here. We'll put a washer and a nut on all of the ends now. And you can put the nut to where it's about flush to the end of the threaded rod. Again, we'll measure this later to be more precise, but for right now, just to the end is just fine. Now this kit is a metric kit, so this is M8 rod with M8 nuts and M8 washers. But the assembly process for an SAE version is exactly the same. There's really no difference. There's actually no difference between the plastic parts either. An SAE or a metric kit is actually exactly the same, other than the actual threaded rods and nuts and bolts. Okay, so that takes care of one side. That's done. That's what it looks like. So I'm going to set that aside, and I'm going to go ahead and do the other side now. So technically, if you want to, since you've seen how this is done, the second side is going to be identical. So if you want, you can go ahead and complete your second side, and then skip to the second video of the assembly process. I decided to break up the video into different sections because YouTube has limits on how large the files can be, and I wanted to do this in full HD, and I found that about 10 minutes of video accounts for about 1 gigabyte. And I could probably do each step in less than 10 minutes. So this will work out pretty well for me. Okay, there's the bottom rod. Washer, nut, nut, washer, bar clamp, washer, nut, nut, washer. I'll go ahead and do this upright sides here. I got this kit from Northwest Reprap, which is nwreprap.com. And so the assembly process that I'm going to be going through could be slightly different than if you get a kit somewhere else. But I think it should pretty much be the same. All right. Oh, whoops. This is the bottom part. I'm going to do something slightly different this time, just to see if it works any better. That should, yeah, that pops on just fine. Now that I've got all these sections on here, I'm just going to go ahead and put one washer nut just real quick, just to keep on every one of these vertexes, just to keep it from slipping out. So it happened to me a minute ago. One of the things I really like about the repraps is, since you're building it yourself, I mean, there's all sorts of things that you could do. I mean, you could make modifications to this kit to make it exactly how you want it to be. What I found is, after I built my first kit, that I learned quite a bit from the process. So the second time I built a reprap, you know, I made a few modifications. And I think it turns out a bit better, but, you know, everybody has a different opinion. So that's what makes it great, is that everybody can have a unique reprap. And if you go online and you spend time in the reprap community, especially at the IRC reprap chat room, you find some really cool people on there, and there's a lot of people who have some really interesting repraps. I've seen some really crazy rep straps out there. So, I mean, even if you don't get a kit, maybe this video will at least help you visualize a method that you can use to get started in the hobby. Okay. Just about done here. Just need to make sure all these nuts are at least tight so they're not wiggling. That's it. That's the second side piece there.